Welcome back, citizens. Today we're going to be talking about the new Premium Warbond Cutting Edge. So the new Premium Warbond came out today, and it's got 4 new guns in it, a bunch of new armors and other cosmetics, some new boosters, everything that we want to see, and some of it I think is going to be quite good. So we're going to we're going to look at these things, talk about them a little bit, so you can kind of plan out what you want and if you want to buy this Premium Warbond in general. Now the Warbond itself is going to cost you 1,000 of the credits, or $10 if you're going to just purchase it outright. Now you can save up your credits from the other 2 battle passes or the Premium Warbonds in order to get enough currency to buy it, or you could just pay outright. I ended up just doing that. I was going to save up, but I hit screw it and just kind of went with it and did it. So maybe you'll do that too. But let's take a look at the stuff. Now we're going to go over the Premium Warbond, but I'm going to break it down by armors first and then by guns second, and boosters and stuff like that. So for the armors, I will show you the armor with the stats. We'll talk about it for a moment, and then I'll close that so you can see the style of it, and then move on to the next armor. I probably won't talk during the style part, and just kind of let you guys marinate in the awesomeness. Alright, to start here on page 1, we have the Exo Prototype X Armor. This armor is going to be that kind of versatile armor, where it kind of spreads the stats amongst everything fairly evenly. Armor rating 100, speed 500, and stamina regen at 100. It is also going to have a passive called Electrical Conduit. This is going to provide a 95% resistance to arc damage. So as far as resistances go, that is almost full immunity. That is a lot of resistance. That is pretty cool. And I think we're going to see maybe some cool arc builds. I don't know, maybe with Tesla towers. Maybe they'll get a buff soon or something. I don't know. But it would be pretty cool to see if we could fill out some builds with this kind of arc damage negation here. Alright, on page 2 we have the L16 Prototype 16. This is going to be similar to the other one, as more the even distributed stats spread here. It's going to have armor rating of 100, speed 500, and stamina regen at 100. So the pretty kind of basic average one that you can get, but it has a cool style on this one. I do like it. And same thing, it has that electrical conduit providing that 95% resistance to arc damage. And just so we're upfront about it, all 3 of them do. And then finally on page 3, to round it out, we have the Exo Prototype X. Now this is going to be a speed armor. This is going to lower your armor rating down to 50, so you get a little squishier here, but you do have 550 speed and 125 stamina regen. So this is good if you're a speed build, you like your mobility, you want to be able to outrun things and get stamina back faster. This is going to be the armor for you. This is the one I'm looking forward to using. That being said, just remember it still has that electrical conduit passive to it. Alright, starting off on page 1 here for the weapons, we have the L16 Sickle. I think it's Lays for laser, not sure. I don't think it's lost, but let me know what you guys think. Okay, so what are the stats? We got damage 55, definitely not the heaviest hitting thing. Fire limit 9, recoil 2, and fire rate 750. So it's got a okay fire rate, a pretty good recoil, and the fire limit is meh, and the damage is meh. But it is a light armor penetrating in a heat, so I bought this. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll let you guys know in the next video whether or not I even think it's worth using or not. My immediate inclination is no, or at least not for my playstyle. Also on page 1, we have a new booster, Localization Confusion. Now this, I think, could be very useful. This is going to increase the time between enemy encounters, and for the harder difficulties, especially on Helldive, I think that this could be a boon, especially when you're trying to do the new missions where you gotta go to the different towers and protect them. I think this would help stop some of that crazy spawn rates that have been going on, and I think maybe make it a little easier, a little faster. So hopefully that's what this does. I'm going to be trying this out tonight to see how it plays. Moving on to page 2, we have a grenade, the G23 Stun. This is going to come in at 0 damage with a penetration of 0.06, outer radius of 0.10, and a fuse time of 1 second. So this will go off relatively quick, but this is obviously going to be meant to stun and disorient enemies. This will probably be nice to use maybe with Bile Titans and Hulks and whatnot, but definitely for things like Chargers and smaller than that units. I think that's where this is going to shine. I don't think this is going to replace my grenade slot. I really like my impact grenades right now, so I'm going to probably keep using those, but I could see other people using this. Alright, so let's talk about the gun on page 2. This is the SG-8P Punisher Plasma. This is a shotgun, and I am curious to see how this plays out. The damage is 100, so still not very high. The capacity is 8, the recoil is 110, and the fire rate is 80. So the highest bar here is going to be the recoil. I'm a little concerned with the capacity and the damage, but we will see how this plays out. And again, like the other one, I will let you know in the next update how this works. On page 3, and the thing that I'm most interested in is going to be another shotgun. This is going to be the Arc 12 Blitzer. Now, I'm curious to see how this is going to work with maybe the arc resistance on these armors, but let's take a look at the stats. The damage on this is significantly higher than the others at 250. The capacity is infinite, and the recoil is 60. Fire rate is 30, so it's got a low fire rate, and it's going to have a little bit of recoil on this, but it does have that infinite capacity and the damage of 250, and it looks like it's going to be shooting arc, I guess, shells or something, but I'm very interested to see how this works out. This is the primary thing that I'm working towards right now. Should have this unlocked tomorrow, and then I will post on this video what each of these weapons are doing and how good or not good they are. Next on this page, we have a new sidearm, a new pistol. This is the L16 Dagger. This is going to have damage per second of 150, fire limit 5, and recoil 1. I'm looking at this, and I think it's just a straight laser beam. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to get to it when we're there, but I'll let you guys know how it works out. It is going to be light armor penetrating, one-handed beam, and heat. So that's a lot of different things in the category box there, and I'm curious as to how this is going to work. Right now, I just use the Magnum, the 6-shooter, and I love that thing. It's a great sidearm. Sometimes I just sit there and snipe with it when nothing's close by, and this might take its place. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Alright guys, so here you can see the full battle pass, everything from the weapons to the armors to the boosters to the credits that you can earn, capes, helmets. Unfortunately, all the helmets still have that base statistic. There's no change in any of the helmets or anything like that, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe someday we'll get something with some passives. And I still want the ability to color change my stuff. Let me take some of these armors and differentiate myself from everybody else by coloring it up differently, but I get why it's not that way too. New emotes, new banners, just a ton of stuff here. I think it's worth it, but it's totally up to you guys at the end of the day. I will say that I don't want this game to turn into a game that I'm constantly pushing money into. This isn't Fortnite or Call of Duty. I don't want it to be like that. I want this to be its own kind of game, you know, by itself, where we can maybe earn cosmetics through achievements. I mean, I don't mind having a store. I don't mind having stuff updated irregularly, but I don't want it to be something that's being pushed out constantly all the time. Yeah, I like the value of the game. That was one of the things that drew me into it, and I'm staying here for the gameplay now, but I don't want it to be an over-monetized game. That I definitely don't want. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you found it helpful, please drop a like and subscribe. Comment if you like the stuff that you saw in the premium Warbond. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all on the next video. But until then, take care, citizens.